regardless of what anybody says. And you have to have a chin to come and see me. But MMA fighters are dark for sure. They don't know how to box as us boxers.
Jake, when the first odds came out against Tommy Fury, they had him as a slight favorite over you. Did you know that, and were you surprised by that?
I knew that. And wasn't surprised at all. You know, he comes from that Fury lineage as a heavyweight brother, the champion of the world. And I like being the underdog. I've been the underdog my whole life, and it just motivates me. And I never bet on any of my fights, and my friends never really bet because the odds were like I was the favorite. So finally, my friends and I were going to make some money off of betting because I was the underdog. So that was really cool.
Can you guys speak to going head-to-head with the top ranked fighter between Stevenson and Valdez the same night?
I mean, Jake, obviously you saw Shakur Stevenson come out yesterday. I'm telling you now, whether we want to play friendly or not with them, this is a much bigger event than that fight. That's a great fight. That's a great fight for boxing. This event is bigger than boxing. This event is historic. And with myself, with Jake, with the zone, with everybody pushing this, trust me, this fight is so much bigger than Valdez against Stevenson. I'm not even sure Valdez Stevenson will happen. But if it does, I'm sure as well, you saw from Shakur, everyone just be smart and say, what's the point in conflicting the start times with each other? We also have a huge amount of interest in the UK on this fight, so for us to go an hour earlier is not a problem either. But personally, I'm bullish with that to say this is bigger, but I'm sure there's a sensible conversation.
Eddie, what kind of money are the girls making in this fight? You say as the most...
A lot.
A million, 3, 4, 5?
Doing well. 4 or 5's a bit steep, but we'll see where we get to.
Okay,
so you mentioned in the press conference before, you mentioned the two-time media, I guess not being so helpful to women fighters, but there's been other promoters too. I mean, this is not like an overnight thing. There's been other promoters that obviously haven't pushed women's boxing. So why bother with it?
It was just his lewd comments the past week, and just the way he said it was very misogynistic. And for him to just be able to like carry on and go about his life just upsets me because people should be held accountable for things like that. And he is a man in this world, and people like him, men like him more specifically, are the reason why women have been oppressed. You know, people with his fucking mindset, and it sucks. But there's been other promoters, but I guess they haven't said anything crazy in the past week. And
I can remember Amanda complaining that Eddie wasn't. Eddie and DeBella particularly were a roadblock in making that fight happen. So I asked, I'll ask Eddie, what has changed in terms of women's boxing?
Money, the interest.
But how?
Because it's become more, it's become more powerful, it's become more attractive. There's become more talent. When we were trying to make this fight, the reason it never got made was because Amanda and Jordan didn't feel like the money was good enough. At the time, that was the money that could be generated for the fight. And they were right, because now they sit there with more than double what they would have got 3 years ago.
Is that strictly a credit to Jake?
He's given her a big pay rise for this fight, because what he's done over the last year or so for her, giving her the platform on Showtime pay-per-view, and also what we're paying for, in essence, is the package. Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano, most valuable promotions, there's value to that. So she wouldn't have got this payday without his work over the last year and his involvement in this show. And that's a blessing for him to be able to deliver that.
Eddie, Jake, is there a rematch clause in that fight?
If there's not an automatically triggered rematch clause, but if, and by the way, I think you'll see 3 of these, but it's got to make sense for everybody financially to make that.
Eddie, you made a great point about Showtime pay-per-view. So Jake has fought on different platforms, most recently on Showtime. There's an alliance there. Is this a blueprint that if the fight makes sense, you can take it? Because you've been saying that for a long time. You're willing to take your fighters to other platforms if it makes sense.
You can only, it's very nice as a fighter to have the security of a network deal. If you're not big enough, you can't really go, like Canelo Alvarez, great position. Fight on Showtime, fight on Fox, fight on DAZN, for the right fights he wants. Jake can actually do the same. He's powerful enough to go, I'll do a fight on Showtime, do a fight on DAZN. Every young fighter will always want a TV deal to give them the security. But if you're big enough, it's quite a ballsy move and quite clever to just be a free agent in that position and take individual fights on platforms. Jake's done it. Jake's boxed on Showtime, he's boxed on Triller, he's boxed on DAZN. partners wherever makes sense for these guys.
Got one more for Jake. And you obviously
You mentioned Clarissa, along with the female champion, she's been vocal about, what if fights with you, obviously. What made you actually take the time?
Not yet. Like I think it's just time to squash that whole thing and just push women's boxing forward. I think we both got a little out of hand, and I'm mature enough to say that, and I think she is as well. And let's just make women's boxing better, and just keep on pushing it together.
Are you a fan of her?
I wouldn't say that.
thank you guys.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.